Hello everyone and welcome to my second update on my N-gauge shelf layout that I started a couple of days ago. So I've had a bit of progress since my first update. What I've done is I've put together the three boards that I was discussing last time. I've glued the base plinths in place and I've bolted them together, and the three baseboards came with a set of bolts. So I'm quite pleased with the way they've gone together. Quite nice and sturdy, and obviously you can see here laid on a dining table, completely flat, which is what you need. I'm not going to put the back pieces on yet, or the sides, because obviously, although they will slot into place and glue into place like that, and that one there as well, that will restrict my access while I'm working on the track work. So I'm not actually going to do that just yet. So I've put the three together. And as you can see, I've been working on my sort of track plan today and sort of roughly placed out how I'm thinking things are going to look. So we're going to have a scenic break here hidden by a sort of girder bridge. And so if you imagine there'll be a wall there as such, and the track will effectively disappear behind there. So this will be the area for the controller and some track wiring and so forth. The track will then emerge onto this mainline track here. We'll have an electro-frog point going left and right. Left going into a small siding area with a factory of some kind and a platform shelf. The right hand side branching out, and then just using a straightforward set track install frog point going into a two-line engine shed, and that's just an existing Metcalf card kit I've got made. And then in the opposite direction, another set track install frog just going out towards a small siding area here. And again, another Metcalf small goods shed, if you like, that I've got, and a small office area there. Just to keep it looking a bit more interesting, I will have a second line coming in here and just stopping here with a buffer. But it won't really be used. It'll just be to sort of create a bit more interest coming in, so that it looks like there's a two-line shed coming in. On the backdrop, I'm going to be using again another old Metcalf kit that I've had built for ages, sort of a factory if you like. And if it doesn't look too crowded, I'll also be using this low relief sort of factory building up against the back scene, but I might not use that, just depending on whether there's enough space or not. That was a download kit that I made some time ago from scalemodelscenery.co.uk. Water tower there, I think that'll look quite good. If I just show you, if you like, what it will look like from the sort of coming in, that kind of is the view I'm looking for. It's about getting the right balance of buildings and not having it too crowded, but also having it reasonably interesting. I'm not going to be using this bridge. I'm going to actually use a girder bridge set. I've just downloaded and printed off this latest kit from scalescenes.com. And this is the plate girder bridge. You can see there that I've got the various component sheets printed off, and these need to be mounted onto light, medium or heavy card as appropriate, cut out and then made. So in due course I'll make this kit up, and that will replace here, and then I'll start building it up. So hopefully you can see what my thoughts are. Welcome any comments on that. And my next thing that I'll be doing in terms of the track is that now I've sort of roughly laid out what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to just draw with a Sharpie pen an outline around all the track work. And just to help me when it comes to ballasting, I mentioned this before, I'm just going to lightly put down some PVA glue and actually lay some ballast underneath where the track will go. And what that in particularly does is when you come to do fiddly ballasting on the points, if you've already got a bit of ballast underneath, then obviously it doesn't matter so much that you are trying to build up too much on the points. And ballast on points is not a very easy thing to do, and if you get it wrong, it stops the points working, as you all know. So I do find if I put a little bit of ballast down underneath the track first, it kind of just means you don't have to put quite so much around the point area, but it still looks okay. In terms of power feeds, because this is going to be a hidden area, I'm simply going to have a power feed here, probably attached here with crocodile clips, so that will power all the way down here, and everything will be fine. Because I've then got a point pointing here in the other direction, I will need to have another power feed here, because otherwise as soon as the power comes down here and a train goes into this point here, if the points are then set straight, there'll be no power going to this straight section here. So it's going to be really, really simple. A power point here and a supplementary power point here, so that you can just simply power the track down this area here. The wiring here, of course, will be hidden underneath the engine shed, so that won't be too much of a problem. And I'm not sure whether I need it or not, but I'll put two insulating joiners here, essentially to stop any issues with short circuits. I'm never really sure what I'm doing with these. Because this is an electrofrog point, you sort of have to be mindful of short circuits and things, but as ever, you tend to do it and then you test it first before you go any further, so you can identify any problems. So that's where I'm up to now. You can see this is going to be moving on at hopefully quite a pace. Hopefully there'll be quite a nice, interesting little shelf layout. And as I mentioned earlier, the actual visible area is going to be about 100 centimetres by, I think that's 30 centimetres width. And then this small area here will just be a scenic break going off into the other area. And it should have a good potential for doing a bit of shunting. There'll be enough space for a train and a couple of wagons, and at any one point with the enough sidings, there'll be enough probably to have 3 trains on here at one time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be cracking on with this tomorrow, and I'll probably maybe do another update. Thanks for watching. Bye now.